This is the greatest thing I've seen since the lockdown. The martial law has been declared illegal by Wisconsin, which I reported on last night. They wasted no time wanting their freedom back in Wisconsin. It's going to take Wisconsin to lead the country. Then that's what it takes, right? Supreme Court ruled that all this crap's illegal. That's going to be a problem for all you officers beating people and throwing them off beaches that they're 93-year-old couples. Yeah, these are the tough guys right here. Hang on. So here's California, the shithole it is. But there's cops doing this nationwide. So sorry about that, California. The South California especially. But these cops right here were throwing 93-year-old couple off the beach because they illegally brought a chair with them. Now, if you know anybody who's disabled or old, but a lot of times they can't stand for long periods of time. So the governor there knows that. So he opens the beach, but you're not allowed to stand still. You're not allowed to talk to each other, et cetera, right? Fast forward to last night. Last night, Wisconsin says we got our rights back, at least this part of it. They opened bars immediately. This is going to be so good for people's mental health. And to know that the Constitution is not a piece of crap document that so many police have now burned and torched that I don't know how they're going to answer to this. There's going to be so many lawsuits against the departments, against that. They're just going to be the front line of it. Because let me tell you something, all you cops out there that are ripping the shit out of the Constitution, you know what? Your governor's not going to stand by you. You know what he's going to do? Oh, whoa. I was so busy looking up ventilator costs, I didn't know my guys were out of control. So you know what that's called? Throwing them under the bus. Who do you think's going to get thrown under the bus? Not your bosses, not the high ups in your police department, all your quota hires that are now running those dumps. And you guys know, you're not going to be mad at me. You know what I'm talking about. You just can't say it. You saw one cop say it. Now he lost his job. I didn't see one other cop stand up. Now, there's a couple reasons for that. A handful of cops are retiring real soon, so they're just keeping their mouths shut, and I don't blame them. But there's a whole bunch of cops hired after 2013. And that's when all this crap started. Isn't that weird? 2013, there was a change. I'm looking back now. I'm looking at stuff. 2013 till now is when all this went fast forward. That's when you started seeing police become militarized. That's when you started seeing Humvees and tanks and MRAPs and machine guns and all this stuff that these cops, when they tried to use it in Florida, they still hid behind women and babies. So in the end, all that equipment meant nothing when you hire quota cops that are chicken. See, in the old days, people did police work not for the money. They did it because they liked people and they wanted to help people. And they also did it, a lot of them did it to stop bullies from picking on people. Flip that on its head, 2013 till now. And now they're the ones doing everything I just said that police used to protect you from. As a matter of fact, try to find me, and please email me a picture if you could find one, or post it down here. I want to see anybody who could find an old police car that still says, or a new police car that still says to serve and protect on it. That's long gone. I'm telling you, something happened in 2013, and the officers retiring, I don't blame you for laying low. But you young ones, guess what? You're going to be thrown under the bus. The Supreme Court in the Midwest is just determined everything you guys are doing is totally illegal. At the order of a civil elected person that has no authority to create laws, he could do executive orders like they've been doing. Why do you think Humpty stopped doing all these executive orders? Because he's not stupid. He did it until he found out the threat was a joke. So in the beginning, I don't blame anybody for freaking out. There was supposedly this Karachi monster coming, blah, blah, blah. And that turned out Dr. Death and all that. They were the ones promoting it, and they're probably the ones involved with it. They'll never go to jail, though, so don't get excited. None of those criminals are going to go to jail. So please stop that. I'm already hearing rumors, and that's why this Q-tard crap is picking up again. Stop. There's no Q. That's a military operation all day long, talking in code and all that crap. They're wasting your time. So they got you sitting there solving puzzles while they're taking your whole country away. Somehow a judge, a panel of Supreme Court judges in Wisconsin found a copy. Thank God they had a copy of the Constitution. I'm not even kidding. Because now there is no police department except for like 2 sheriffs and the one cop that stood up. They all lost their copies. And if you haven't lost your copy and you're keeping your mouth shut, just like the rest of the citizens are doing right now, the quiet majority or whatever you guys call yourselves, that's all BS. If you don't denounce something, then you're for it, period. That includes evil. So when you start supporting evil, then you become evil. It's that simple. And I'm posting a video showing you how the cops did this in World War II. Hopefully, we will get in court and get this stopped before all the businesses are gone. Right here is a business that just opened up. Who knows how close this person here was to going out of business, like permanently. So I want my hat off to the Supreme Court of Wisconsin, and you all better freaking do the same thing. Because while all of you are being silent, the silent ones, me and a handful of the channels with the big mouths, putting ourselves at risk just for talking against the grain. I get hate mail and all kinds of stuff because people don't like what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything. I'm just reporting what I see. And the silent ones aren't doing anything. But somebody filed a lawsuit, got it to the Supreme Court in Wisconsin. This is going to start, hopefully, other states doing the same thing. Like Illinois, this spoiled little bitch, the 400-pound whale, this guy, he's out of control. This guy thinks he's like God. And you're not. And all the cops, I'm telling you, cops that are following this moron, I saw the Illinois State Police give out a threat last week about tipping your mask off when you walk into a building so they could ID you on their AI bullshit. Why? It's illegal. Contact tracing is illegal. That's going to be another thing in the Supreme Court. They're passing that law right now, HR 6666. $100 billion to hire new cops to just contact trace people. They're calling up secret agents. You know who else did that? Germany had secret agents. So half the country is still going forward with this SS-style policing, and now we got one state that stood up and goes, this is illegal. It's against that document that everybody else, all your law enforcers have crapped on. This is so disgusting in one way, but it's promising in another. This is 45 minutes after the law was dumped as far as this illegal law, the illegal rule, the illegal lockdown, the illegal martial law. See, you can only do martial law if there's an emergency. Maybe the first week there was an emergency. But we're 6 months into this, and it's all BS. The death rate, according to their own Karachi law and their own, that fake-ass college that's keeping track, they're the ones who invented Event 201. They used the same model. Are we this stupid? Really? When you look at that clock that's spinning, that's the same model. If you go back and watch my video, go in there and type Event 201 and watch the video. It's the same exact software. That's why when we first reported, according to Dr. Death, that little midget, This guy said 100 million, or no, 1 million people would be dead in 28 days. Guess what? That wasn't even close because it didn't happen. Because a cold virus doesn't kill 1 million people in 28 days. Even a bad flu doesn't kill people in 28 days, that many. So after we found out, here's what happened. They go, listen, we got to do the curve, the curve, the curve, the curve, the curve. Remember that about 1 million times? We got to level the curve. We got to level the curve. We did. Then what? More law, more crankdown, more rights taken. Now you got to walk on little stickers on the store, and then you can't go in the store without a body mask on and a big condom over your whole body. Like, I went to the store yesterday. There were people literally doing that. You're out of your minds. Because if you want to live like that, go ahead. Move to a state that wants. California is all for it. They're locking down till August in Los Angeles because some county commissioner. This is going beyond even governors. You got county mayors and stuff going, oh, I'm making my own Karachi laws. What are we doing? And then they go, we got to go science-based, 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 science-based. There's science, and then there's the religion of science. Right now, they're following the religion of science, and they've killed all regular religion. Illinois, Mr. Hyatt or whatever freaking family he is, the hotel magnate, been eating too many of his refrigerator food at the hotel. This moron literally has the nerve to go on TV the other day and go, hey, all you church morons, because he believes in the devil, so he doesn't care about church. Any church. That doesn't matter religion. Unless you believe in the devil, you're not getting to go out for another year. He goes, my plan, you won't even have a church open for a year, so knock it off. And don't ever talk about my family again. The mob boss, you're a spoiled little billionaire rich brat that's cousins with Hilton girl. And you now think you're King Tut. Well, guess what? Until you actually do burn and find every last copy, which I thought you guys did, Wisconsin still has a copy of this thing. So thank God for Wisconsin. Because not even Texas did this, okay? So all you morons in Texas that think your governor's helping you out, you may be opening slowly in the rollout. You need to open immediately. Let me tell you people something. If you don't open this country immediately, there is no country. Because if you don't make anything and you have no businesses, there's going to be a thing called starvation. And starvation leads to death, and way more death than the cold does. You can call this a cold virus. You could call it a pandemic. I don't give a crap. No one, not even close, had the death numbers that they were trying to tell you it was going to be. As of a few days ago, I stopped even counting because it's dropping so much. Now that they're testing so much, the number is down to 0.06. That was a few days ago. Now it's probably 0.01. I actually saw one, I think Ohio was 0.001 or 6. It was in the triples. It had 3 digits out. So the real death rate is almost nil, 0. Because everybody was dying of already pre-existing conditions. This is how you were tricked. This is why nursing homes had so many deaths. They always do. By the time you get to a nursing home in hospice care, they say the average is 4 months to live. So when all those people died in their 4-month window, they labeled them Karach. And we believed it. Because that's how we are. We're little sheep. Well, thank goodness somebody stood up in Wisconsin, got it into court, and now they're back to work. So Wisconsin may be the only place you can work in the near future. Because if nobody else stops this I'm silent majority nonsense, you're not. If you're silent, you're scared. I know that for a fact because there's jobs you do where if you're silent, you're useless. And the ones that aren't silent always win. Always. And if you're silent, you lose it. Like, let's say you don't exercise, your muscles start to deteriorate. rapidly. If you don't use your arm muscles in days, they start to go down. Not even kidding. So if you don't use your immune system, you guys need to Google, not Google, use a different service. Look up, and I'm going to show you a video. I'm doing one on this too. I'm going to show you real science called back in 2012, 2008. I want to go way before the Karachi scam was even thought of that we know of. I'm going to show you data that says you better not wear a mask and you better not put a mask on a child. Because I'm going to tell you another thing. Liability wise and criminally, if you hurt your child because it ends up with brain damage because you gave him an N95 mask and you never should have, I guarantee you later there's going to be attorneys in these states that are going to charge you because they're going to be looking to make a name for themselves. There's going to be a handful after they throw their own cops under the bus. They're going to come in after you for being stupid. It's not an excuse to break those laws and say, hey, the governor told me to do it. You know what the governor's going to say? I was busy with the garage and I had to do this and I had so many things on my plate. He'll never, well, Illinois governors go to jail a lot. And this one may end up in jail because like 8 out of 10 Illinois governors are always in jail. But later, they never make it. But he's a billionaire, so that could be why they put him in there because he could at least afford to corrupt his way out of it. But the attitude that this dirtbag has, I didn't even know who this. I really didn't know who this moron was. That was our governor. I don't know if the government put him in there. I mean, I don't even know how he got in there because there was nobody who wanted to be governor. Number one, there's nobody who wants to be mayor of Chicago. It's such a crap hole. So I'm sure they're alphabet agencies somehow that just put them in there. New Jersey's governor, same thing. So, and I'm hearing people in other states and cities going, we don't even know how this person got elected. They're not even kidding. You listen to New Jersey's citizens when that guy was saying it's above my pay grade, the Constitution stuff. I don't deal with that. And then the reporter goes, it was look up, New Jersey governor interviewed by what's his face, Tucker Carlson. He ate him alive. And he's like, what do you mean you don't understand the Constitution? You're not only a governor of your own state. That means your state has a constitution, but you also have to uphold the federal constitution, the United States Constitution, right? And he goes, dude, I don't know nothing about constitutions. That's way above my pay grade. First of all, him saying pay grade, a little weird. A governor talking about pay grade sounds like he's a military dude, no? And who's the military dudes that do secret operations like that? Just saying. And guess what he's going to do? He's going to do what he's told because he just said that. He told Tucker, I'm just doing what I'm told. They told me to lock this dump down, New Jersey. It's locked down. They can't go in the park. They can't do nothing, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? Wisconsin goes, we think that's illegal. And 45 minutes after the court rules, they're out eating in public. Now, you people in Florida and stuff, you're not going to understand what we're talking about because you've still been eating and doing because Florida's just a mess. Like, they didn't listen anyway. So that's why they're leaving Florida for the end because they know these idiots that are trying to do this, they know that that's going to be like their hardest one to kick over. But if you don't want to thank Wisconsin, you should because they're looking out for you. That didn't just help them. This may wake up a handful of people. It's not going to wake the cops up. They're throwing people off of buildings and stuff because you don't have a mask on. So to save you from getting sick, they're going to kill you. That's just how they think. See, when you lowered the IQ standard, same Supreme Court, well, that was the National Supreme Court, but they allowed that. Once you allowed that, and then this quota crap that started in the 80s, now all those quota hires are now up in upper management of these departments. And guess what? They're all left-leaning, and they think everybody should make equal pay. We should all be the same, blah, blah, blah. Well, we're not all the same. We're not all the same. I don't care how much you want to law and legalize it and make everybody and order them to be the same. Is that why you want all masks on there, Gov? Huh? There's a reason they want you to wear these masks because it's so dehumanizing. I saw the lady at the pharmacy. that I've known for 2 or 3 years now. And she had her mask on because they're not allowed to even see us. And it felt so uncomfortable. Go up to somebody that you've known and you got to stand 6 feet apart and you can't see their freaking face. It's creepy for me, and I'm an adult, and I've been there, and I've been around the block a few times. I can guarantee you that. I'm not even going to talk about what I do. So I've been around the block, and if it's making me nervous seeing people like this, what's it doing to your 2-year-old? How do you tell a 4-year-old you can't play with the neighbor kid anymore, ever again? Did you see the video of what they want to do to your school kids? Hang on. I found this video real quick. This is not the one I was looking for, but a tracking thing. Right, where is it? I'm getting used to the way you point. So, in order for these kids to go back to grade school, high school, you're going to be wearing a health monitor that tracks you, contact tracing, until they can get the tattoo for your wrist. Look at Bill Gates' little wrist tattoo. 0606 is the patent. They can't make it up. It's 2020 0606. And it's going to use a chemical called, get this, luciferase is the chemical that gives you the invisible ink that the police, the teachers, whoever's going to be looking to see if you got a wrist tattoo. Now, you won't see it yourself because the luciferase chemical is not lit up until it lights up, whatever that means. It's the same chemical that's in those fish that light up, and then you see those fish they breed that light and glow in the dark. That chemical that makes them do that. It's real humid today. Luciferase, it's called. Look it up. It's real. I can't make it up. If you were writing a movie about this, they couldn't have wrote this any better. Now, check this out. How are your kids going to be going to lunch? Let's see how they're going to socialize during lunch. Do you remember back in school when you used to sit at the lunch table and everybody joke around and trade lunches and stuff? Let's see if you could still do that in today's new world. Oh, look at Coca-Cola is a sponsor of this. Remember that when you're at the store. See, if we keep buying their crap and they support this one world crap, then don't buy their stuff no more. It's that easy. Again, if you condone it, you are for it. You silent ones. See what I'm saying? So, lunch now, you're going to have a plexiglass box around each kid. They're going to be sitting in a phone booth. Really? That looks like prison to me. No? Look at the bars on the windows. Oh, whoa. I just noticed this. So, and I got a reason that I'm even bringing this up because they're finding schools right now in America that they're putting fencing all around. Why are you doing that? They're fencing in the schools. I got a good idea why they're doing that. I'm going to do a video on it, and you're not going to like why it's probably being done. Let's finish. Let's see what they got in store for the kiddies here. And it's in South Korea, it's in Hong Kong, and it's in Canada, and it's coming here. Okay? And you're all good with that. Okay? Except for the people in Wisconsin. Now, there's still a long way to go. That law is also going to have to be, it's going to have to be, this all has to get into court. But first, we got to get the country open. If the country's not open, we're done. Literally burned to the ground. So half of these people are burning the country to the ground. It's called scorching the earth. When you want to ruin a country, you just use up all the resources when you take it over and you just burn it down. For some reason, they're literally sucking all the money out of the United States for whatever reason. Oh, and guess what? We're borrowing the money from China to pay for it. These guys right here, right? So when China owns all your property, all your mortgages, all your homes, all your businesses, they already own the entire Midwest farming community. Has anybody got a problem with this yet? Does anybody see what's happening? When China took over the Midwest, which nobody knew about, by the way, when they bought Smithfield, I think it's called, that big pork company, there were a couple state laws that said any foreign government's only allowed to own 1% of the land. They bypassed their own law to make that deal and let China buy like 500,000 acres of land on top of owning all Smithfield's property. Then they bought up, anybody know Nathan Hot Dogs? I think it's called Nathan's Hot Dogs, is now owned by the owner of China, the president of China, the king of China, whatever you want to call him. And then they do it through shell companies, just like we do with our CIA and all that. So they're doing the same thing, but they're taking us over. And China, by the way, said they were going to take over the United States without one shot being fired. They said that about 10 years ago publicly. They said the Americans are so stupid, we are going to take them over without ever having to fire a shot. And I guarantee you in a few weeks, your grade schools are going to look just like China's. You know why? Because they own us. And the bailout you're getting right now is coming from them. Thank you, China. Our new masters. We already know the politicians sold out to them. We already know what Clinton did with all the security when he let them into the Pentagon. When they had the thumb drives and they were taking data right out of the Pentagon. And then a few years later, they have a stealth bomber. Really? You guys don't remember. That's history. That's more than 3 minutes ago. You're not going to know that. That's also why I'm going to do a history lesson for you right later today. It's almost done. About what's happened before. And we're just doing it again. That's all. Face masks are mandatory indoors and outdoors, and even during gym lessons. Well, I'm going to do my own internet challenge. I never even thought of doing like no Tide Pods or anything. I'm going to do one where we're going to show you an oxygen meter, an N95 mask, and what it does to your heart in real time. And I want all of you to go buy a $10 oxygen meter for your finger, the one the doctors put on your finger. And I want you to do the same thing if you got the nerve to do it. Because once you do it, you'll never wear a mask again. Or look up all the car accidents in the area that were caused by people passing out at the wheel, not from drinking, because they had a mask on all day while they were driving, or while they made their trip, not all day. Just from going to the store and back, they pass out. You want to know why? Because you breathe out plant food, carbon dioxide. Well, inside that mask, it's like putting a paper bag. When you breathe into a paper bag, when people hyperventilate, you get hyperventilate. You breathe in the carbon monoxide or dioxide, and that helps calm you down, right? Enough to where you fall asleep, and then you will die. If you left that mask on all night, you're not waking up tomorrow. That's the science that they're preaching. Wear a mask. That's not real science. And I'm going to show you real science. Real government stamped science that says this is the dumbest thing you could ever do. But California and this moron in Illinois, they're all telling you to wear the mask for whatever reason. It's not for your health. Oh, what we got here? Is that the school? The schools there look just like courthouses. And what we got here? They're going to be doing some kind of checkpoint. There's cops there, soldiers, whatever that is. So Beijing, which is their nice area, by the way, this is the area where they hide the bars on the windows for the most part. Everybody there lives in a lockdown, what do you call it, projects. Go back and look at the videos when China was first having this problem. You will see that the police literally close shutters on the outside windows there. Every apartment building has shutters that are open, and then the police with a fire truck go up and they go with a ladder and they just close it and they put a padlock on it and they lock you in. From there, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I didn't know they lived literally in prisons. Their homes are literal prisons, but they don't know they're prisons until they lock that gate. And then you saw the police literally welding the bar shut to the main entrance to the door. So the main entrance, like ahead of here on this picture, we have video that we've seen. If that's the main entrance, they welded a bar across the door so you can't get out of your building. And then they have these shutters, one there and one here, right? The cops literally accordion them out. There's like an accordion, and then that one accordion's out. So these will open up just like shutters on your house, and then they lock it there, and then nobody could jump out the window, and that was welded shut. I'm not even kidding. Coming to a school apartment and where you're going to be put soon, if you don't stop it, you have a small window of opportunity to not have this be the new America. And the sad part is there's so many Americans that are begging for this. If everybody's equal, then we all get a free ride. No, you don't. You're a slave to the 10th degree. 80,000 pupils may return, or may, hang on, my picture's blocking it, May 11th to prepare for high school entrance exams. So that doesn't look draconian, no? That, I would think, if you put a soldier's uniform on, I would think they were lining up for mess hall. See, if you're not, why do you think they got you 6 feet apart? Whose idea was that? Oh, science, right? No. China's doing it, and they've been doing it. Where'd the face mask scam come from? China's been wearing face masks for years, mainly for the air pollution to block particles, not germs. But that's another story. What was that? All right. Whoa, let me pause it. Come on. Can't even back it up. Sorry about this. I could not pause it. Look how much it went before I could stop it. What is this? It looks like a camera. It says 50 cm. I don't know what that means. That must be like their facial recognition to get into the school, I'm guessing. I'm not sure what that is. I really don't know. Yeah, they're sticking their face in there. Now, they have that in Washington State. I did a video a year ago about the first AI publicly distributed in the Washington area of Washington State. So that looks like what that was. But you have to put your face to get into a grocery store, like a 7-Eleven. You have to stick your face in the camera, and then the light goes green, and then you could open the door. That's coming. It's already here. That's in America. America. Now they're checking her pulse. See the wrist? Look what they're showing you. I wouldn't doubt they already got the luciferase ink in their wrist. Why are they scanning her wrist? Because see the luciferase in the tattoo that you're about to get, that tells them that you've had your shot. And remember, before the Karach broke out, China got a magic shot right before the flu season. So did Italy. Italy got a triple shot. and they drop like flies, they're old people. In most major cities, high schools started reopening as early as April 27th. That doesn't look creepy. Why are they checking her wrist and not her forehead? That's weird. Because the patent for 2020 0606 goes in your right wrist. All right. Do you see the boxes moving around their faces? It's checking your ID. Now, I wore a mask. I didn't wear it yet. Yeah, I didn't show you yet. I wore one of my. I have a mask. They're like for Halloween. You put it, or whatever. Probably bad guys wear them to do bad things. But what happens is you pull it up to your nose, and then it's got like a skull, like that funny skull. Shows like a dead face. I wore that yesterday, and my laptop and my cell phone were doing this. And it was trying to lock my face. It couldn't do it. So the mask I was wearing yesterday definitely was not working for this system. But it will eventually. So that was showing the person's body temperature. This allows those in their final year to get ready for university entrance exams. By the way, I know somebody who does schools around here, and one, look how small that classroom is. They have 1 billion plus people. This is a high school classroom with what, 20 people in it? Maybe. Think about that, because the new rules for these states here, they're going to allow only like 10 kids per class. So I don't know where you're going to get all the extra teachers. Oh, they're not going to do that, right? Because they're broke. They're going to get rid of teachers. They're going to have only certain kids will be allowed to go to the public school watch. The rest can go online and learn the BS way with your idiot parents who raised you to be the brats that we're seeing run around. But that's a whole nother story. This is horrific. Look at this. Did you see that? Hang on. I can stop it. They're even doing it there. Every other row. To keep people 6 feet up. What does that do? Can you show me a medical test that shows, any study that shows that this is real? There is none. Because I've looked. There's none. This is a scam. Social distancing is no science. It's pseudoscience. And when pseudoscience becomes religion, that's when it's dangerous. It's not science anymore. And you know what they're doing? They're separating us now. The mask people versus the anti-mask people. And the anti-mask people are going to be the bad ones. They're going to be the new T word, the domestic T word, right? No, they're called common sense, because if you don't get any bacteria in your body, you're going to die of weakness. Of immune system's going to die. It just will. There's science for that. So this was brought to you by your South China Morning Post. Get used to it, because they now own this country. Swag Chicago. It's a new world, right? Or are you going to do at least say something? Type something, you keyboard tough asses. Say something, and not stupid shit. Say something that makes sense. And call your congressman and say 6666 law? No. And not the petition online. When's the last time your White House petition did you ever hear the president go, you know what? I did get your guys' White House petition, and I'm going to look into it. Doesn't work. You have to speak. No speaky, no talky, never talk again unless you're speaking Mandarin. Ooh, I made a joke. This is Wag Chicago.